Good morning, students. I welcome you all to the 11th Standard Commerce class. Today we are going to see Chapter 12, Functions of Commercial Banks. Learning objectives to understand the primary and secondary functions of commercial banks, to explain the diversified banking services, to describe the uses of debit card, credit card, and smart cards. So, in this class, we will learn about the primary and secondary functions of commercial banks. Commercial bank. A commercial bank is a type of bank that provides services such as accepting deposits, making business loans, and offering basic investment products that is operated as a business for profit. So this commercial bank, it provides many valuable services. That is, it accepts deposits and also provides loans for business. Yes, so here we are going to see about the functions of commercial bank. Functions of commercial banks. It is divided into two: primary functions and secondary functions. Primary functions. Primary functions of a commercial banks are of three types. First one, accepting deposits. Second, granting loans and advances. And third one, creation of credit. We'll see one by one. Accepting deposits. Accepting deposits is one of the two major activities of the banks. Banks are also called custodians of public money. Basically, the money is accepted as deposit for safe keeping. It is the business of the banker to accept deposits so that he can lend it to others and earn interest. So, accepting deposit, it's one of the main function of a commercial bank, and these banks are the custodian of public money because they safeguard the money deposited by the public. And nowadays the commercial banks, if you take, they attract the customers by giving more facilities. Accepting deposit is broadly classified into two. One is demand deposits and the other one is time deposits. Savings deposits. General public deposit their savings into this account. This account can be opened in one individual's name or more than one name. Companies also can open savings accounts. Business firms are not permitted to open savings account. The rate of interest allowed on this deposit is lower than fixed deposits. So people can deposit in this account, and this account can be opened in individual's name or more than one name. Companies can also open savings account but not the business firms, and interest given for this deposit, savings deposit, is less when compared to the fixed deposits. And the bank also provides checkbook and ATM card, and penal interest is also charged if minimum balance is not maintained in the deposit account. And an account, it becomes inactive when for a long period any amount is not deposited in the savings deposit. It becomes a dormant account. Current deposits. This account is suitable for business institutions. Individuals can also open this account. A higher minimum balance should be kept in this account, and if not, penal interest is charged. No interest is paid for the balance in this account, but now some of the banks are providing interest on these account balance. Time deposits. Time deposits, it include fixed deposits as well as recurring deposits, and these are repayable after a period. First, fixed deposits (FD). Certain amount is deposited for a fixed period for a fixed rate of interest. FDR, fixed deposit receipt, is given to the depositor. Rate of interest is higher in fixed deposit than the account, that is savings account. On the date of maturity, the principal along with interest for the fixed period is paid. A customer can even obtain loan by depositing the FDR, and partial withdrawal is also allowed in this fixed deposit. And fixed deposit period, it may be from 1 month to 10 years, and this fixed deposit is otherwise called as term deposit. Recurring deposits (RD). Certain sum is deposited into this account every month for 1 year or 5 years or the agreed period. Interest rate is also more compared to the savings account or almost equal to the fixed deposits. At the end of the period, the deposited amount along with the interest is returned to the customer. So there is premature closing also, that is before the maturity period also you can close this account, but deduction in the amount is given. They deduct some amount. It is also ideal for the persons having regular income. Mostly those who have a regular income, they choose this recurring deposits and they receive a lump sum amount at the maturity period. Any institutions or even a minor or students, they can open this RD account. Even loan is provided for this account by some banks. Granting loans and advances. The second primary function of commercial banks is providing loans and advances. So banks provide specific sums as loans which are repayable along with interest. Demand loans should be repaid whenever demanded, and term loans can be repaid after the specified period. Advances. So overdraft, cash credit, discounting of bills. So these are the advances provided by the commercial banks. First, overdraft. So it is a credit facility which is extended to a current account holder, business people, and it is an arrangement which is between the banker and the customer, and such customers are allowed to overdraw up to a certain amount, usually for 3 months period, and this period may also be extended. Only on the withdrawn amount the credit interest is charged and not on the maximum limit allowed, and it is an unsecured credit. Next, cash credit. It is a secured credit facility given to the business institutions, and here the securities are, it may be either stock in hand or raw materials or other tangible assets. A certain sum is allowed as credit for a short period. Interest is payable on the actual amount withdrawn and not on the entire credit facility, and it is repayable on demand. Next, discounting of bills. So business customers, they approach the banks to discount the commercial bills of exchanges and provide money. And this discounting of bills, it is a short-term credit instrument, and the banks, they deduct the discount, that is they deduct the interest for the period mentioned in the bill and release the balance amount to the traders. Loans. Commercial banks, they provide short-term as well as medium-term loans, and it is a definite sum of money given for a definite period, and this loans can be repaid as one lump sum, that is a single payment, or it is paid in installments. And interest, it is payable on the entire loan amount. So nowadays every banks are providing this loans. So what are all the loans provided? Housing loans, consumer loans, vehicle loans, educational loans, jewel loan. So first, housing loan. Housing loan is provided to the customers who are able to pay, that is who have a monthly income, and the banks, they take the title deeds of the house to provide this housing loan. And banks, commercial banks, they provide medium as well as long term loans. So this amount, this loan has to be repaid in equated monthly installments, that is it consists of the principal amount plus interest. And this is a boon to the middle class salaried employees who cannot afford to pay the full price of a house in a lump sum. So it is very helpful for a middle class monthly salaried employees because they are not able to pay the huge amount for constructing a house or buying a house. So such type of loans are very helpful for these people. Consumer loans. Consumer durables like refrigerator, air conditioner, laptop, washing machine, television can be purchased by customers with consumer loans from banks. So consumers, that is customers, they can get the consumer loans from the banks for buying these products, and the product purchase is hypothecated as security for the consumer loan amount. That is, it is a secured loan arrangement, and the assets, that is these products, will be remaining with the borrowers, with the customers. So the customer, they have to pay the amount, the loan amount, in equated monthly installment for a specified period of time. Next, vehicle loans. Two-wheelers, cars, buses and other vehicles can be purchased by individuals as well as institutions by obtaining the vehicle loans from the banks. So vehicle loans are also provided by the commercial banks for buying these vehicles, and vehicles are hypothecated to the bank until the entire loan amount is repaid. And vehicle registration book has to be deposited in the bank. Only after the full payment of the loan amount, it will be handed over to the customer. Educational loan. Loan is provided by banks to students for studying undergraduation, postgraduate or professional courses. So commercial banks, they provide educational loans to the students for completing their graduations. Loans may be received in installments to pay the educational fees every year. So this educational loan, it is provided to the students in installment, and every year this is given. After completion of the course, 1 year is allowed for the student to get employed. So after completing their graduation, the student, he has to get employed in a job within a year. Afterwards, the student should repay the loan with interest for the entire period. Interest is charged from the date of first installment of loan amount payable. So after getting a job, the student should repay the amount with interest, and this interest is charged from the date of the first installment. Next, jewel loan. So jewel loan is also provided by the banks. So customers, they pledge their gold jewels and they obtain loans from banks. So interest, it should be paid every month, and otherwise if they do not pay the interest for every month, interest on interest is charged, and within 12 months the customer should redeem or else he can repledge. If the jewels are not redeemed, even after reminders from the banks, the bank they will sell the gold in auction and recover their dues. Creation of credit. Apart from the currency money issued by the RBI, the credit money in circulation created by the commercial banks influence the economic activities of a country to a large extent. That is, money is issued as loan by the RBI, and the credit money in circulation which is created by these commercial banks, they help in the economic activities of a country. So credit money of a commercial bank is far greater in volume than the currency money. So this credit money in circulation is more than the currency money. So the volume, the purposes and the sector to which this credit money is to be channelized, and all these are implemented by the commercial banks under the guidance of RBI. So the volume, the purpose, the sector to which this credit money is channelized, all these are implemented with the guidance of the Reserve Bank of India. Secondary functions. So apart from the primary functions, the commercial banks also provide various other services which are called as secondary functions. So the secondary functions are classified into agency services and general utility services. So what are all the agency functions? Transfer of funds, periodic payment of premiums, rent, collection and payment of checks, acting as executors, trustees, and attorneys, conduct share market transactions, preparation of income tax return, dealing in foreign exchange, acting as correspondent. So these are the agency functions. Transfer of funds. Banks issue demand draft, banker's check, traveler's check, and with this it is very helpful for the customers to transfer the funds from one place to another. So the customers they need not carry the cash wherever they go, and they can just forward the draft issued by the bank to receiving institution, and for this service the bank receives a small commission from the customers. Next, periodic payment of premium, rent, etc. So after getting the instruction from the customers, the banks they undertake the monthly payment of, for example, insurance premium, rent, telephone bills. So these has to be paid by the customers. So the bank they get the instruction from the customers, and the banks they undertake the monthly payment of all these from the accounts of the customers. So nowadays the banks they provide electronic clearing systems to pay these payments. Next, acting as executors, trustees and attorneys. So these banks they act as executors, trustees and attorneys. Banks act as executors of will of the customers and implement their will after their death. As a trustee, a bank takes care of the funds of the customers, and banker signs transfer deed of the properties of the customers in the capacity of attorney to customers. So banks they help in the to implement the will of the customers after their death, and also they take care of the funds of the customers and also helps in the transfer deed of the properties of the customers. Next, conduct share market transactions. So banks, they are helpful for the conduct of share market business. So first, a customer has to open a demat account with depository participant, and this demat account has to be linked with the savings bank account by the customer. Then the customer can ask the bank to conduct online purchase and sale of securities on behalf of the customer. Preparation of income tax return. Banks prepare the annual income tax return on behalf of the customers and provide income tax related advices to them. So banks, they provide advices which are related to income tax, and also they prepare that annual income tax return. Next, dealing in foreign exchange. So banks, they buy and sell foreign currencies on behalf of customers. Acting as correspondent, that is, the banks, they act as a correspondent of customers and receive travel ticket, passport, etc. General utility functions. So apart from the primary and secondary agency functions, the commercial banks, they provide other services for the general welfare of the customers. So they are called as general utility services. So what are the general utility functions? Issue of demand drafts and bankers' checks, accepting bills of exchange on behalf of customers, safety lockers, letters of credit, travelers' check, gift checks, reference service. So we'll see one by one. Issue of demand drafts and bankers' check. Demand drafts and bankers' check are issued to the public and customers. And instead of sending money, they can attach these instruments for payment of educational fees, etc. So instead of sending money, the customers, they can use these instruments, that is DD, demand draft, and checks to pay the educational fees. Next, accepting bills of exchange on behalf of customers. So for export import, the banks, they accept bills on behalf of the customers and they make the payments to the foreign exporter, and afterwards the banks, they collect the payment from the customers. Safety lockers. Valuable documents, jewels, etc. can be kept safely in a vault provided by bank for a rent. These vaults room is called strong rooms. So the public or the customers, they can keep their jewels and other important documents in the safety locker. So these safety lockers, rooms, vault rooms are called as strong rooms. Next, letters of credit. This document is given by the bank on behalf of importing customers to the exporter, guaranteeing payment for the imported goods. So here the bank, it provides these document on behalf of the importing customer for the payment for the imported goods, and this is a very important document with regard to the international trade. Traveler's check. Customers need not carry cash during travel in India or abroad. The denomination and words are printed in the check. It is accepted as money in shops, hotels, travel agencies, etc. So this traveler's check help the customers in many ways when they travel in India and also in foreign countries. So carrying cash is not safety. So by using this checks, they can purchase any things they need in the shops, or they can use these checks in hotels, travel agencies, etc. And next, gift checks. So these denominations printed checks are available in attractive designs so that it can be presented during wedding, birthday functions, etc. So the bank also provides gift checks in attractive designs, and the customer can use this to present the relations or friends during their wedding function or birthday function. Next, reference service. Business firms can give their bank's name as reference in the new business institution with which they want to establish commercial relationship. So the customer, they are starting a new business institution, or they wanted to establish a new commercial relationship with any other business firm, they can give their bank's name. And the banks also willingly act as a referee and provide information about the financial standing of their customers. So the banks, they also tell about the provide the information about the customers, about their financial status of their customers. So these are the general utility functions of the commercial banks. Students, in this class, we have seen about the primary and the secondary functions of commercial banks. And in the next class, we'll see about the diversified banking services and also the uses of debit card, credit card, and smart cards. Thank you, students.